provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 16, 2026. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards in the Township website.
Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Here.
Councilman Minikino.
Here.
Councilwoman Rena.
Here.
Councilman Cohen.
Here.
Councilwoman Travers.
Here.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Here.
President Feynman.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we can please rise for a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Can we accept the reports from the municipal officers and to file them?
Yep, of course.
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Copy that. Could we get a motion in a second?
To approve the minutes? Yes, I'll make that motion.
Oh, second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Minikino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feynman.
Yes. So now we have some presentations. I'd like to invite Mayor Crate to the lectern.
Myself together here. Good evening, everyone. Very excited to be here this evening to celebrate a longtime employee who is sailing off to retirement and who will be missed very much, but we wanted to take a moment to honor her. So I have a proclamation here that I would like to share for you. The strength and success of a municipal government depend upon the dedication, professionalism, and integrity of all its employees, whose daily work ensures that essential services are delivered, public safety is protected, and quality of life for all residents is preserved. One employee who has worked hard to provide exceptional and affordable services is Chief Financial Officer Maureen Laffeyberg, or Mo, as we like to say. Maureen joined the Township of Brick in March 2008, serving as the Deputy Department Head in the Finance Office. In October 2016, Mo was appointed to serve as the Chief Financial Officer of the Township of Brick, a position she faithfully and capably held ever since. Through her diligent execution of the statutory and professional duties of CFO over the past decade, Mo has safeguarded public funds, ensured strict compliance with state regulations, guided the development of sound budgets and long-range fiscal planning, and implemented strong internal controls, thereby helping to make Brick Township's municipal government one of the most fiscally responsible and financially stable in the state of New Jersey. After nearly 20 years of dedicated and outstanding service to the residents of Brick Township, including nearly 10 years as CFO, Mo is retiring on February 27th, 2026, and is looking forward to enjoying more time with her husband, Ed, and her beloved dog, Loki. Therefore, I, Lisa Crate, Mayor of the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean in the state of New Jersey, in recognition of her outstanding career as the Chief Financial Officer in the Township of Brick, and in heartfelt appreciation of her years of exemplary work and dedication, do hereby proclaim this Friday, February 27th, 2026, to be Maureen Laffeyberg Day here in the Township of Brick, and I invite all citizens to join me in wishing Mo a happy and healthy retirement. Come on up.
Well, you'd like no, but I will.
We'd love you to say a few words. Oh, you gotta be right. Oh, that's okay. There you go. They're used to having, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor and Council, and good evening to all. For those of you who know me, you know that this is my biggest fear, public speaking, so it's going to be short and sweet, but meant from the heart. If you leave me alone with my numbers, like I've been able to do for the past 18 years, thanks to Mayor Ducey, now Judge Ducey, who was kind enough to grant me my tenure, and all of the councils thereafter that kept me aboard, then I'm good and I truly love my job, except for the yearly public budget meetings, which there was no getting out of, which you know very well, because you were at every one of them. It's been an exciting, nerve-wracking, strenuous, rewarding 18 years. And it takes a team. And that team that you depend on and you trust to assist you in carrying out your job becomes people that you've grown extremely close with. I thank you all, my husband, my immediate family, and my day in and day out finance, payroll, and purchasing friends, my department head friends, and to all the friends in between that become like family and that made this BRIC workforce team such a pleasure to be a part of. I couldn't have made it this far without any of you. And lastly, my boss and so much more, Joanne. Like Dorothy said to the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz, I guess I'll miss you most of all. She was always there. Thank you, Joanne, for being my amazing, wonderful boss for the last part of my municipal government journey, but especially for being the wonderful friend that I love, and I plan to have many more stories be made with even after retirement. So tonight I pass the baton to Will Pandos, BRIC Township's next CFO. It's now time for all of my friends to become yours and making this a seamless transition. It's been a wonderful journey, and I thank you all for taking the ride along with me.
Yes, and along with the proclamation, which I present to you, you also receive a key to the city, so you can still get in and come back. Come on back.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go back to the I'm sorry, I was talking.
All right, family next.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Get your family in there. I might move one at a time. Are you done?
We're done. You're good. We're sessioning. Oh, okay, come on, Chief.
Sorry. Sure, yeah.
Go with
Right
me.
here in the middle. Okay, go on this side. Oh, there's a better hair side. I'm quite sure my eyes were closed on that. Oh, but just one more. I know they were because it was like. I didn't think you were gonna hit the button. I've still got you for a couple days though.
Yes, you do. You do, you do.
Go have some ice cream or something. Or something. Something.
I'm gonna go with the something.
For me, it would be ice cream.
Thank you.
Oh, no, that'll be, oof, we got time. We got time on that. Yes. Now, I do have one more proclamation that I would like to present. A little surprise one. Someone might not realize it's happening. But the Township of Brick Police Department has developed a reputation as one of the finest law enforcement agencies in the state of New Jersey, thanks in large part to the professionalism and dedication of its officers. One officer who has played a large part in the department's achievements over the past quarter century is Officer Richard Nelson, Jr. Badge 192. Officer Nelson began his service with the Brick Township Police Department on December 28, 2000, following in the footsteps of his father, Richard Nelson Sr., Badge 86. For 25 years, Officer Nelson has exemplified the finest traditions of public service through his professionalism, integrity, and tireless commitment to the safety and well-being of the Brick Township community. Officer Nelson, who capably served as the PBA Local 230's president for several years, is one of the most respected members of the Patrol Division, where he has become known as the face of Route 35 for his nearly daily patrols of the Barrier Islands. Officer Nelson has also become a frequent face at Brick Township Council meetings. We love having him here, serving the security and ensuring that meetings are held in a safe and secure manner. The February 24th, 2026 will be one of, if not the last meeting that Officer Nelson will serve, as he is retiring from Brick Township Police Department on April 1st, 2026. And that is, you are no fool, that is for real. After more than 25 years of exceptional service. Therefore, I, Lisa Crate, Mayor of the Township of Brick, in the County of Ocean in the state of New Jersey, in recognition of distinguished career with Brick Township Police Department and in heartfelt appreciation for his dedicated service to our community, do hereby proclaim tomorrow, Wednesday, February 25th, 2026, to be Officer Richard Nelson Day here in Brick Township. And I call upon all Brick residents to help celebrate with us. So congratulations to us, and come on down now. Excuse me, you're the face of Route 35. Let's do a picture together. And council gathering from above, how about that?
Yeah.
That is better, right? It's like, it's a good look. Can you see Melissa?
Except can we switch, Vince with Lisa, because we lose her a little bit. There we go.
You want me to sit? And they can put their arms on my shoulder.
And then I want to get my phone, go home there. Let's go on photo frame. Love it, love it. Thank you.
Sorry, you still have to work the rest of the night.
Charlie, you should create a rocket to make it worth your while.
Right?
I'll do my best.
He can go for ice cream after the meeting if he wants.
He's gonna go for something.
I know.
Yeah, something other than ice cream.
I'm ready. Let's move on to the consent agenda.
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Thank you. 4-1.
Authorize confirmation of appointment of certified municipal financial officer.
Councilman Minikino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the confirmation of William Pandos as the township's new CFO, or Certified Financial Officer, as a result of Maureen Laffey-Berg retirement. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-2, please.
Recognize Patrolman Chris DeMarco, Officer of the Year Award recipient.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution recognizes Scott Smith as the recipient of the Chris DeMarco Officer of the Year Award recipient. Over his 2 decades of service with the department, Officer Smith has earned a reputation for an exemplary work ethic, consistently putting the needs of the department before his own and always willing to help a colleague in any way he can. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-3, please.
Recognize Lieutenant Thomas McNellis, Award recipient.
Council Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution recognizes Detective Dominic Puccio as the recipient of the Thomas McNellis Leadership and Achievement Award. Detective Puccio has served in several divisions and capacities during his service within the department, including the Patrol Division, the SET Team, and the Street Crimes Unit. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-4, please.
Authorize receipt of bids printing services.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for printing services. This contract includes printing of various township forms used by all departments, such as letterhead, envelopes, business cards, UCC forms, and NCR forms. The current 2-year contract expires June 9th, 2026.
Thank you. 4-5, please.
Authorize award of contract snow removal services.
Councilman Minikino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the award of contract for snow removal services to the following vendors: Marlin Construction Freehold, Mecca Inc. Clarksburg, and Montana Construction Group Lodi. These contractors will be added to the list of contractors we already have in place, increasing the pieces of equipment available to us each storm. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-6, please.
Authorize award of contract operation of Brick Beach 1 food concession stand.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an award of contract in the amount of $20,993 for the operation of the Brick Beach 1 food concession stand to Castaway Kitchen, Brick. This is a 3-year contract whereby the township will receive $6,490 for year 1, $7,001 for year 2, and $7,502 for year 3. Bid notices were provided to 130 prospective bidders from our bidders list, and 5 picked up bid packages. 3 bids were received, with Castaway Kitchen providing the highest bid, I apologize, for the 3-year contract. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-7.
Authorize award of contract operation of Brick Beach 3 food concession stand.
Council Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an award of contract in the amount of $62,505 for the operation of the Brick Beach 1 food concession stand, also to Castaway Kitchen of Brick. This is a 3-year contract whereby the township will receive $20,303 for year 1, $21,101 for year 2, and $21,101 for year 3. Again, bid notices were provided to 130 prospective bidders from our bidders list, and 5 picked up bid packages. 3 bids were received, and Castaway Kitchen provided the highest bid for the 3-year contract. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-8.
Authorize amended shared services agreement with the Borough of Manaloking Municipal Court Services.
Councilman Cohen.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorized a shared service agreement with the Borough of Manalokin for municipal court services. In this agreement, Manalokin Municipal Court will continue as its own entity, but will process and adjudicate using Brick Township employees and professionals. Brick will be fully reimbursed for these services.
Thank you. 4-9, please.
Authorize designation of Duquesne Boulevard between Route 70 and Brick Boulevard as a county road.
Councilwoman Reyna.
Thank you, Council President. In effort to reconvey jurisdiction of Duquesne Boulevard back to Ocean County, the county is asking the township pass this resolution designating Duquesne Boulevard between Route 70 and Brick Boulevard as a county road. This resolution was recommended by the Township's Public Safety Committee after consultation with the towing engineer and traffic safety. Thank you.
Thank you. 410, please.
Authorize shared services agreement, Regional SWAT Team of Ocean County.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes a shared service agreement between the Brigg Police Department and the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office for regionalized SWAT and crisis negotiation team with related services and resources extended by the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office when such assistance is necessary. In this agreement, Brigg will provide manpower when needed, as will the county when Brigg needs assistance. Thank you.
Thank you. 411, please.
Authorize special event permit, Best Day Foundation event.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes a special event permit for Best Day Founders event at Brick Beach 3 on Saturday, August 8th, and Sunday, August 9th, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Best Day Foundation is a nonprofit organization that provides opportunities for children and young adults with special needs to enjoy beach, surfing, and ocean-related activities.
Thank you. 412.
412A is an inspection fund release for Block 170, Lot 14. B is an inspection fund release for Block 382, Lot 8. And C is an inspection fund release for Block 1210.25, Lot 5.
Thank you. 413.
13A, 100% DAV widow of veteran deduction at Block 382.35, Lot 32. 13B, 100% DAV widow of veteran deduction, Block 1426.02, Lot 2. And 13C is a tax overpayment for 2026 at Block 383.32, Lot 28.
Thank you. That's the end of the consent agenda. Can I have a motion and a second on the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to the public for questions on the resolutions only. Tough to choose. Mr. Bacon, why don't you go first?
That was a good choice.
So many hands up.
Good evening. My name is Charles Bacon. I have a question about Resolution 4.9 on Duquesne Boulevard. We're turning it back to the county for safety reasons. Just a question. By turning it back to the county, what advantage does that have for the township?
It has the advantage that they are now responsible to making repairs to that roadway, as opposed to us doing that. And also, it's a cleaner route for them if they're plowing Brick Boulevard to come around that loop and to continue, as opposed to just having it kind of be a standalone that we have to go off and do. So it was always intended to go back to them, but it kind of got lost in that shuffle of the
Yeah.
Cherry Quay connector road. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
And it languished, and we just closed the loop.
Well, now it's going back to the county. Maybe we can get some road improvement on the 70 side of Duquesne. That's a
Maybe.
tough one.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
You got it. Thank you. Seems like a nice little win for Brick. All right, no other questions from the public. We're going to close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feynman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to 414.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $15,455,586.12.
Thank you. Is there a motion and a second on the computer bill resolution?
Motion.
Second.
Copy that. Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to the public for questions on the computer bill resolution. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feynman.
Yes.
Thank you.
415, please.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $2,253,280.64.
Is there a motion and a second on the manual bill resolution?
Motion.
Second.
Copy that, thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to the public for questions on the manual bill resolution. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feynman.
Yes. Moving on to item number 5.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, repealing and replacing Chapter 245, Part 6, Articles L through L3 of the Code of the Township of Brick to address the affordable housing requirements of the New Jersey Superior Court.
Thank you. Council Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. I'm happy to read these explanations. The next 3 ordinances that we're reading are the result of quite a bit of work over about the last 18 months of several people within the township and the administration, not least of which were the Land Use Committee over the past year and a half, as well as our township engineer, our Affordable Housing Council, and many others. This first one specifically addresses some changes within our township code that are required in order for us to comply with the affordable housing requirements that have been set down by the New Jersey Superior Court, and most importantly, for us to achieve our immunity, which is a very important thing for our town. This particular ordinance repeals and replaces Chapter 245, Part 6 of the Township Code to address affordable housing requirements from the New Jersey Superior Court. Brick Township has met its burden to demonstrate compliance certification of the Brick Township Housing Element and Fair Share Plan. The programs and affordable housing projects proposed by Brick Township to address Round 4 affordable housing obligations are fair, reasonable, and adequately protects the interests of low and moderate income residents of the municipality. Therefore, the township's appointed special adjudicator recommended that Brick Township's proposed amended 2025 housing element is consistent with the revised Round 4 plan, should be recommended for approval by the Mount Laurel Court. Certification of Brick's 2025 housing element is conditioned on Brick Township implementing all terms of the 2026 mediation agreement with Fair Share Housing Center and Brick Township's settlement agreement with 975 Burnt Tavern Road, LLC, including the zoning amendments proposed by Brick Township. The adjudicator's recommendation supports the township's position at 100 Drum Point Road and that it not be included in the plan. Brick Township's 2025 housing element plan identifies the following affordable housing obligations pursuant to the May 1st, 2025 order of the Honorable Sean D. Gertner, JSC. The present need, rehabilitation, obligation of 149, and Round 4 prospective need, obligation of 322. The next step is actually the adoption of the master plan document by the planning board, and this is scheduled for tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, open to council. Seeing none, close council. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
No.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
No.
Councilman Cohen.
No.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
I vote yes.
President Feynman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to 5.2.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 245 Land Use to repeal and replace Article 7, which shall be entitled Site-Specific Affordable Housing Zoning, and includes Section 245-76, which shall be entitled Middle Housing Overlay Zone.
You did such a phenomenal job on that first one. I'd like to invite you to talk about the second one.
Well,
Council
thank you
Vice
very much,
President.
Council President. The Middle Income Housing Overlay Zone, consisting of approximately 72 acres of land spread among 50 different parcels of land, primarily consists of sites along major thoroughfares in Brick Township. This zoning was initially proposed in such a way that it was not clear that the desired affordable unit yield would be obtained. As a result, Brick Township revised the requirements for the proposed zone to provide a density of 10 dwelling units per acre and to permit a variety of attached housing types and bulk requirements to provide realistic zoning for redevelopment. The gross acreage included in the zone theoretically yields 720 total units and 144 affordable units. Therefore, the township will adopt a revised middle-income housing overlay zone, unmet need realistic zoning ordinance, identifying permitted density of 10 dwelling units and a variety of attached housing unit types, with appropriate bulk and setback standards to accommodate the permitted density on a parcel-by-parcel basis in both residential and mixed-use residential developments. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
No.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
No.
Councilman Cohen.
No.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feynman.
Yes.
Thank you.
5-3, please.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 245, Land Use, so as to add Section 245-77, which shall be entitled Burnt Tavern Multifamily Zone.
Councilwoman Reyna.
Thank you, Council President. The owners of 975 Burnt Tavern and Brick Township have agreed that Brick Township will adopt zoning to permit the construction of an inclusionary residential development with 264 total residential units, with 53 units set aside, 20%, as affordable to very low, low, and moderate income individuals and families, including a limited mixed-use, non-residential commercial component oriented to Burnt Tavern Road. 975 Burnt Tavern's objection was primarily centered on reaching an agreement with Brick Township to provide inclusionary zoning for their site. The owners of 975 Burnt Tavern challenged Brick Township's exclusion of part of its site in the township's Round 4 vacant land adjustment. Brick remedied this claim by revising the Round 4 vacant land adjustment to include the 975 Burnt Tavern tract in the township's revised Round 4 RDP of 106. This ordinance adds the Burnt Tavern zone to our existing site-specific affordable housing zone.
Thank you. And can I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
No.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
No.
Councilman Cohen.
No.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
I vote yes.
President Feynman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to number 6.
Bond ordinance providing for the acquisition and purchase of real property for open space preservation purposes by and in the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $431,000, therefore, inclusion of a Green Acres grant in the amount of $323,250, received or expected to be received from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, and authorizing the issuance of $431,000 in bonds or notes of the township to finance the cost thereof.
Councilwoman Reyna.
This bond ordinance provides for $431,000 in bonds for the open space acquisition of vacant land on Hooper Avenue. The township has submitted a Green Acres funding application to be reimbursed in the amount of $343,250 for this purchase. This property was recommended for presentation from the Brick Open Space Savers Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to number 6-2.
Well, we're gonna have
Oh,
a
right. That was a test. Very good. At this point, I'd like to ask for a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feynman.
Yes.
Thank you.
At this point, I'd like to move on to 6-2, please.
Bond ordinance providing for the acquisition and purchase of real property for open space preservation purposes by and in the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $296,000. Therefore, inclusion of a Green Acres grant in the amount of $222,000 received or expected to be received from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection and authorizing the issuance of $296,000 in bonds or notes of the township to finance the cost thereof.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This bond ordinance provides for $296,000 in bonds for the open space acquisition of vacant land on Summit Avenue. The township has submitted a Green Acres funding application to be reimbursed for this purchase. This property was recommended for presentation from the Brick Open Space Savers Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Copy, thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rena.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Feinman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 7, public comments.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Is there anyone from the public who would like to make a comment? All right, I'll go with Mr. Bacon.
Another good choice.
Ah.
Good evening, my name is Charlie Bacon, 366 Rancocas Drive. Good evening, Mayor, Administration, and Council. Tonight I'd like to make a couple comments, and one, just want to congratulate Maureen Laffeyberg on her service with the town. I remember when she first started, 18 plus years ago, so I wish her well in retirement. Ms. Bergen, I want to thank you and the administration for your email. I believe you sent it to me on Sunday on some of the questions I had about the Wawa, the traffic lights, the violation of those lights. So thank you, very detailed. I started to look at it, and I appreciate, Mayor, I think you put another letter together about the improvements they got to make on the left-hand, the no left-hand turn. So thank you for restating that in front of the DOT and everything else. The follow-up on the tractor-trailer, which was a good point that was made by a resident here. I should have taken a picture of that when I was across the street. And some of the statistics on the red light, or the moving violations, I should say. So the thing I wanted to talk about tonight, and hopefully I'm not too late, was the application that was up in front of the zoning, the Board of Adjustment, on the property, the triangle piece of property that intersects Pennsylvania and Illinois Avenue, right? Full disclosure, as I always do, I did not attend any of those hearings. So a lot of the comments I'm going to make is just based on what I read in the social media, et cetera, but I think it should be brought up here. Obviously, that application had numerous variances against it. The first requirement, because of the intersection of two streets, is a 9,000 square foot piece of property. I believe that was approximately 4,800, all right? The other concern I had, and everyone's aware of this, and we see some of this as trees develop or whatever the property grows a little bit too much, is site triangles. A site triangle is important on intersection of streets. It's extremely important on triangle pieces of property, because all these variances now are going to infringe on somebody might not see somebody coming across Pennsylvania or Illinois, all right? So I kind of looked at some of the other variances, and then I want to make a comment. I spoke many times in front of this body, Board of Adjustment, planning boards, everything else, and obviously when I go in front of the boards or even bringing it back to you, I have concerns about applications. I try to be realistic. I look at it through the lens primarily of safety, right? From what I could read about this board, they did everything right. They should have been denied. Because somebody might make a comment in public is not germane at all to a board. They're up here to make decisions based on the ordinances in front of them, right? And I believe they did the right thing. So here's my comment and then a recommendation. And I believe this about any judge across the entire United States. They're here to decide things on balls and strikes, not to legislate from the bench on what they think somebody might have said or meant, right? So by allowing this to be denied or overturned, we basically said, what's the point of having ordinances and having boards if on a very profound denial that lit up all the variances was overturned? Why do we have ordinances? Safety, we look at the environmental issues, setbacks, all these things are important. And that's why we have countless pages of this stuff. So I think the decision is wrong, and I strongly recommend, if it's not too late, the township fights this decision. Because if this is upheld, what's to stop the next application coming back here saying, well, wait a minute, you allowed it on X with all these variances, and why aren't you doing mine? And that's what I wanted to say, so thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and obviously be safe going home.
Thank you, Mr. Bacon. Is there anyone else from public? Thank you. Seeing none, close public. Before we move on to number 8, we do have 2 updates, and I'm glad that you brought up Wawa, because we do have an update from previous public comments, and Councilwoman Travers would like to talk a little bit about that one.
Yes, I'm actually going to just follow up on what Mr. Bacon was just talking about. So as a follow-up to the Wawa approvals about delivery times and the conditions of approval, the key takeaway is that deliveries are to occur during those off hours. A representative for the site owner was notified of the complaint regarding a daytime delivery, and we were assured that they would address the issue directly with Wawa. In regards to the illegal left turns, we learned that a more hardscape feature will be included at the intersection once the new tenants are in place. And with that being said, Mayor Crate sent a letter to the NJDOT reminding them of this need. And just to give some numbers, it looks like from January to December of 2025, 2022 moving violations for illegal left turns were issued along with 51 warnings. And then another question that had been brought up was how many red light violations were asked about, and that, I apologize. The red light violations totaled about 212 during that same time frame. I hope that information is helpful, and please let us know if you have any more questions regarding this issue.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Councilwoman Travers, for sharing the update with everyone. The second update is from Councilwoman Reyna.
Thank you, Council President. I want to acknowledge comments made at the last council meeting by Mr. Calderis. In ongoing efforts to improve snow plowing process and results, I want to share the following updates. To address opportunities identified following the January storm, there have been some staffing changes to permit an assessment and deep dive, if you will, of all employees, outside contractors, and equipment inspection. In Sunday's most recent storm, a change was implemented, deploying snow monitors to drive through neighborhoods and confirm all streets were or are serviced. Once again, the commitment to improvement is evident and will continue as we navigate not only an unprecedented winter, but beyond into the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Reyna. Madam Clerk.
I did want to congratulate Mo on her retirement. I have enjoyed working with her for the past 18 years, and some much-deserved retirement. We'll miss her.
Well done. Thank you. Madam Secretary. Councilman Albanese.
I also want to congratulate Mo and Mr. 35 on your retirement. See you around, brother.
Thank you. Councilman Minikino.
Also, congratulations on your retirement. Hopefully I'm not far behind you. And congratulations to Maureen also. Thank you.
Well done, thank you. Councilwoman Reyna.
Yes, congratulations to those retiring. I also want to address my votes this evening and start by acknowledging that I was elected on issues including overdevelopment and density in Brick Township. I understand the argument being made that rejecting the plan that nearly doubles the density per acre from 6 to 10 units could lead to pressure for even higher density. Following thorough and thoughtful consideration, I cannot vote yes for a plan that increases density in our township. Let me be clear. This statement is not directed at anyone here or the hard work that's been done. Rather, it is directed at a system that increasingly asks local governments to govern under threat rather than on principle. New Jersey has long recognized the importance of self-governance and home rule. Zoning and land use decisions exist because local communities are best equipped to determine what protects the health, safety, and general welfare of their residents. This authority should not be reduced by a choice between giving up something now or being forced to accept something worse later. That is not planning, that is coercion. Brick Township is currently greater than 90% developed. Residents tell us every day about traffic, overcrowding, strained services, and the erosion of their quality of life, the very quality of life that brought them to Brick Township. Our own professionals acknowledge how limited our remaining capacity truly is. It is an undeniable fact that voting yes tonight would increase density. Despite what might happen in the future, I cannot support a decision that knowingly moves us in the wrong direction today. Brick Township is ours. Decisions about its future should be made considering what is appropriate for this community and not dictated by fear of what might happen next. For all these reasons, and in defense of Brick residents and the responsibility entrusted to us, I had to vote no. Voting yes for any part while rejecting zoning would be contradicting and therefore cannot support. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Cohen.
I'd like to congratulate Mo on her retirement, our two officers that proclamation was made for this evening. I also want to say ditto to what Councilwoman Reyna said. The biggest complaint that we've got in this township is overcrowding, continuous traffic. If we do not push back against the state of New Jersey, they're going to be running this town, not this council. And I was not elected to allow that to happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Travers.
I also wanted to just congratulate Mo and Rick on their retirement. I wish them all the best.
Thank you. Council Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. The first thing I'd like to do is again congratulate Maureen Laffey-Berg on her 18 years of extraordinary service. She has been a steward of the fiscal conservatism that we have been able to promote over the last decade plus. She's essentially been the secret sauce that has provided the constrained and efficient budgets that we've been able to pass for many of these years. I'd also like to personally congratulate Rick Nelson and thank him for his 25 years of service on the Brick PD. He is an exemplary resident and service to our town, absolutely exemplary service to our town. I'd just like to address some of the comments that were made here by some of my fellow council people as well. I agree very much in the spirit what I think that they're advocating for, but I very much fear that the logic that they have come to is merely counterproductive. I agree. Folks have the perception that there is overdevelopment in town. Everybody doesn't like traffic. I'd ask both of the council people that have spoken if they can state what the population growth has been over the past 20 years in the township of Brick. And you could go home and you could check. I don't expect you to answer right now. But at the next meeting, tell me what the population growth has been in Brick over the past 2 decades. Thank you very much. Nothing else.
Thank you. I also would like to congratulate both retirees. It's phenomenal. Thank you so much for your service, and it's been a pleasure working with Mo in the brief time I had the honor to work with her. I look forward to what, for his last name, I met him as Bill, what he's going to bring to the table. Seems like a wonderful addition to the team. And always stay safe and have fun. And that's all I have. Moving on to Mr. Starkey.
I have nothing for tonight,
Thank you. Ms. Bergen.
Obviously, I care deeply for Mo and for Ricky, and I wish them both the best in their retirement. I also wanted to give a shout out to Tara, who's here tonight. This is like a Tara agenda, because Tara is the liaison between the Mayor's Brick Open Space Savers Committee and Green Acres. So the two ordinances and the public hearings we had on acquiring those, Tara played a key role in that. And the other three ordinances for affordable housing, her and Robin have worked tirelessly on. And so this is a Tara agenda, so thank you for all of your hard work.
Thank you. Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Congratulations to Mo. She will absolutely be missed. We've spent many hours together. Congrats to Ricky. You will also be very much missed. Thank you to Tara and Robin for coming this evening. They were instrumental in all of the ordinances, essentially, especially the affordable housing ones that you spent, I can't even say how many hours, hundreds of hours in working on. So we appreciate your hard work and effort put into that, as well as the Tara for helping us out with the Brick Open Space Savers, as always. So having said that, I do have two announcements. The first being that our Community Thread store officially opened on Friday. They had their grand opening in the rain, and then Saturday it was beautiful and sunny, and it was the perfect day to actually be open to the community. We already had 11 shoppers come in during their open hours, which happened to take place and coincided with our brick birthday party, which was perfect. So it gave people the opportunity to walk over and check the space out. But as I said, we already had our first 11 shoppers, which was great because that's what it's there for. A little bit about Community Threads. It is open to the public. It is here to serve the community. There are no economic or financial constraints. Everyone is welcome. And it is here to help ease the burden of some of the costs that people are now facing as the cost of everything goes up. So the goal is to help those in need and help those who are close to being in need, and to help with the burdens that families and individuals are carrying right now. So we welcome you to come by. The store hours are Monday through Thursday, 3 to 7, Fridays, 3 to 9, and on Saturday, the store will be open from 10 to 5. It has clothing for people of all ages and sizes. It has shoes, winter coats, regular everyday clothes, professional clothing. We have suits for men. There are toiletries and products for people. We've had donations of dish soap with dish towels that are crocheted by a lovely woman who does that, so that people can have that for whatever their needs are, right? And I do want to talk a little bit about donations, because this is ultimately a partnership. It's a partnership with the township. It's a partnership with our local schools, our local civic organizations, clergy, church organization. We'll be teaming up with Meals on Wheels. The senior center will also be teaming up with us to keep an eye out for people who are in need. And I know that people are looking for not only help, but also the opportunity to volunteer and to donate items as well. So to be clear, donations can be brought during open hours only. There are no drop-offs when the store is closed, so you must come when the store is open, and all donations are only accepted at the rear entrance. So if you do plan on making any donations, we ask that you please come to the front entrance, have a conversation with the volunteers that are there, and then donations can be made. There's an entrance in the back of the building. No items are to be left, so please do not do that. We want to make sure that we run this Community Threads appropriately and within our civic plaza, within the rules that we're laying out. So if you do want to make a donation, we ask you to please reach out first. And we are currently seeking. We have lots of men's clothes, lots of women's clothes, because women, we're changing our sizes all the time. So everybody's always donating, right? So no problem in the women's, but we are seeking children's clothing, size 2T. We have some infant things already, but some size 2T to 16, like a teenager. So if you have those items and you're looking to clean out, Really, we didn't have a ton of children donations because a lot of those times those things get handed down, so they're used more and more throughout families. But if you do have some children's clothes that you're looking to donate, we would love to accept those. And also, if you're looking to volunteer time to actually work within the store, there's a lot to be done, both intakes in the front, but also the back. Because it is like a store, there's rotating stock and making sure that things are hung up. And when people try things on, we want to make sure that we hang things back up appropriately. So if you're interested in doing some volunteer work, you can look on the CLCL Foundation website. There is a page for community threads there, and there's a link to sign up to volunteer as well. So I encourage everyone to do that, to come out and check the store out when you have a chance. It's a great partnership, and it's what I feel like it's precisely the way that it's a way for our community to come together to not only volunteer and help, but also help others in the community where we live. And that's really what BRIC is all about. So thank you for everyone that was involved with that grand opening. Of course, because it's Tuesday and the weekend just happened, I am here to also talk about snow, because that's what we've been doing for the last month and a half, essentially. Every 2 weeks we get a nice snowstorm, and we had a doozy this weekend, as you know. But just to follow up on the preparation and what takes place so that people understand, what is done to make everything happen in the background for what people see out on the streets. We had a meeting prior to the storm with all of the pertinent officials, as we did last time. We had Ms. Bergen, myself, we had the chief of police, we had our OEM manager, we had fire there, EMS, and IT involved in making sure that everything was set up and coordinated, DPW obviously, to be sure that we were ready for this storm. We had 76 pieces of equipment, we had our contractors out, we had rotating staff beginning, when did the storm start? I'm like losing my... 5 p.m. on Sunday. I'm starting to lose days here. We had DPW staff on 12-hour rotations beginning 5 p.m. on Sunday through 5 p.m. today. So continuous rotation, Sunday into Monday, Monday afternoon, all night Monday into Tuesday, and all day today through 5 p.m. And those DPW staff members and our contractors that were out there were assigned their locations. And as Councilwoman Rena pointed out, we also had our snow monitors out so that each road could be checked by someone to make sure that it was plowed and plowed appropriately. We made sure that we had, not only did we have the snow monitors out, but we had GPS on all of our trucks so that we were able to locate them at any given time and establish where they were, at what time, how many times each street was plowed. We had all of that at our fingertips, and were able to check on that. We also made sure that we had police, ambulance, and fire out on the island for the entirety of the storm. And we also had a plow crew that was assigned to the island for the storm as well. There were, as I said, workers going out, plowing the entire time. We had on our My Streets Not Plowed link, we got our first message on Saturday. We had some messages on Sunday before the storm, and then we rounded out with around 1,700 plus messages that were monitored throughout the day and throughout the storm. Just keep in mind, we have only 1,500 streets, so we had some doubles on there, but that's okay. It was monitored, and each hour it was sent out to the crews so that people would know. At some point during the storm, because we're also in touch with JCP&L, we had about 8,229 related. We had power outages that most of them were related to the Herbertsville and Laurelton substations. I believe we still had a few power outages yesterday. We got it down to about 108, and we had some issues out on the island with down power lines, so as well. But we were in touch with JCP&L throughout the storm, and they updated us frequently with what was being done, and we kept that monitored. And just to finish off, to round up, our police and fire were also out there, and EMS throughout the storm. So total calls for service for our police department during the storm only was 832. We had 140 area checks or premise checks, just to make sure that things were okay in certain areas due to calls. We had 109 first aid calls. There were some motor vehicle stops because people were out driving. We had downed wires. There were 65 throughout town. And the police had to respond to 53 separate alarms. There were 38 fire calls during the storm. 31 road hazards that had to be dealt with. There were 29 motor vehicle crashes during the storm. We had 28 arcing and transformer fires that had to be dealt with. Citizen assists were at 25. We had 22 traffic signals malfunctioning or out during the storm, and we did 18 welfare checks. So our police, fire, and EMS were out in full force throughout the storm alongside our DPW crew, and we made sure that there were plows available to assist during those calls. So I need people to remember too. So not only is our DPW out plowing streets as needed, but each of these calls, each of these services, we needed to make sure that someone was on hand clearing the way so that our police, fire, and EMS could get there as well. So it's not just people out plowing roads. There's a lot going on behind the scenes the entirety of the storm, and we were here for it. We made sure everyone was in place for it, and we made sure that the funding was available and all the equipment was available and needed and used as necessary throughout the storm. So kudos to everyone from, I couldn't even name everyone, but you have an idea, from DPW to our police, to fire, to EMS, to our IT department, to parks, recreation, everybody that was behind the scenes, getting everything ready, and out there clearing streets, clearing debris, clearing everything that was in the way. I just want to send a great shout out to everyone, and thank you, and let that be the last, okay? And have a great night.
Thank you, Mayor Crate. Next public meeting will be held here on Tuesday, March 10th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Can I get a motion and a second to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor?